Hello class 9. Let's start the exercise of linear equations in two variables from your exercise 4.1 question number 1. The cost of a notebook is twice the cost of a pen. Write a linear equation in two variables to represent this statement. Let the cost of the notebook and a pen be x and y respectively. As per the given equation, cost of the notebook is equals to 2 into cost of the pen. So let us substitute x instead of cost of notebook and y instead of cost of pen. So we'll get the equation x equals to 2y. Let us rearrange this one in the general form of linear equation. So we'll get x minus 2y is equals to 0. So here is the linear equation in two variables. Question number 2. Express the following linear equations in the form ax plus by plus c is equals to 0, which is the general form of linear equation. And indicate the values of a, b, c in each case. Number 1. The given linear equation is 2x plus 3y is equals to 9.35 bar. Let us first arrange it in the general form of the linear equation. So we'll take the right hand side to the left hand side. So we will get 2x plus 3y minus 9.35 bar is equals to 0. Now let's compare it with the linear equation, and we will get the value of a as 2, value of b as 3 and the value of c as minus 9.35 bar. Always keep in mind that the constant or coefficients are values along with the signs. In the second part of question number 2, the linear equation which is given is x minus y by 5 minus 10 is equals to 0. It is already in the general form, therefore we do not have to bring it into any other form. Let's compare this equation with ax plus by plus c is equals to 0. So we'll get the value of a as 1 because there is nothing else with x, that means 1 into x. B will be equal to minus 1 by 5 because this term is minus y by 5. If we extract y from here, we will get minus 1 by 5. So b is minus 1 by 5 and the constant will be minus 10. The constant value along with its sign. The third question or the equation is minus 2x plus 3y is equals to 6. Again we will bring it in the general form. So we'll get the equation as minus 2x plus 3y minus 6 equals to 0. Comparing with the general equation, we'll get the value of a as minus 2, value of b as 3 and value of c as minus 6. In the fourth equation, x is equals to 3y. Again let us bring it into the general form. So we'll get x minus 3y. We are simply taking the right hand side to the left hand side. We do not have to see whether it is a constant or a term with a variable, but we have to bring everything to the left hand side. So the equation obtained is x minus 3y is equals to 0. Comparing with the general equation, we'll get the value of a as 1 into x. The value of b will be equals to minus 3. Since there is no other constant value, we will take the constant as 0. The fifth equation is 2x equals to minus 5y. Let us bring it into the general form. So it will be 2x plus 5y equals to 0. Minus 5y went to the opposite direction or opposite side, so it has become positive. Now compare with the linear equation. So we'll get a is equals to 2, b is equals to 5 and c is equals to 0, because again here we do not have any constant value. The sixth equation is 3x plus 2 is equals to 0. We can clearly see that we do not have the y variable here. So since we do not have a y variable and we have to plot it or arrange it in the form of a linear equation in two variables, we will consider the value of the coefficient of y as 0. So we can rewrite this equation as 3x plus 0 into y, which is ultimately 0, plus 2 is equals to 0. So if we do not have any particular term with a coefficient, then we can rewrite it as 0 into y or 0 into x. In this case, we have written 0 into y. Let's compare it with the general form of linear equation. So we are getting the value of a as 3, the value of b as 0, and the value of the constant c is equals to 2. The seventh equation is y minus 2 equals to 0. This is the same case as the previous one. We do not have the x variable here, but we have to write it in the general form of linear equation with two variables. Therefore, we will write it as 0 into x plus y minus 2 is equals to 0. Therefore, comparing with the general equation, we will get the value of a as 0, b as 1 into y, and c will be minus 2. The last equation is 5 is equals to 2x. So if you again rearrange, we'll bring everything to one side. So we are getting 2x plus, since there is no y variable, so 0 into y minus 5. We'll try to keep x in positive form. So we have brought 5 to the opposite direction and it has become minus 5. So ultimately the equation is 2x plus 0y minus 5 equals to 0. Let's compare it with the general equation. So we will get the value of a as 2, b as 0, and c as minus. Exercise 4.2. Question number 1 says which of the following options is true and why? Y is equals to 3x plus 5 has unique solution, only two solutions, or infinitely many solutions? Well, y is equals to 3x plus 5 is a linear equation in two variables and it has infinite possible solutions. As for every value of x, there will be a value of y satisfying the above equation and vice versa. Hence, the correct answer is 3. That is, it has infinitely many solutions. Question number 2 says, write 4 solutions for the following equation. So we have talked about infinite solutions. In this question, they have asked us to find out those solutions, only 4 of them. To find out the solutions, let us bring this equation in terms of y. We'll substitute a value of x and find the value of y from here. Okay, so if we bring it in the terms of y, what should be the equation? The equation will be y is equal to 7 minus 2x, right? Y is equals to 7 minus 2x. Now, let us take the value x as 0. We can take any integer or any decimal. It can be positive or negative. If we substitute the value of x as 0 for this case, so we'll get the value as 2 into 0 plus y equals to 7. So if we solve it, we will get the value of y as 7. So for x equals to 0, we will get the y value as 7. So our ordered pair will be 0, 7. We have learned it in the previous video. So therefore, the solution is 0, 7. This is solution number 1. The second solution can be for x equals to 1, we will substitute the value and get the value as 5. Hence, we can say 1, 5 is the solution of this equation. Similarly, if we put the value of x as minus 1, we will get the value of y as 9. We are putting this value in this given equation and getting the value of y. So therefore, minus 1, 9 is the solution of the equation. The equation solution cannot be 9, minus 1 because for the value of x equals to 9, the value of y may not be minus 1. Similarly, the last value can be taken as x equals to 2. We'll substitute the value and finally we are getting the value of y as 3. So therefore, we can write 2, 3 is a solution of this equation. You can also put integer values or decimal values, positive or negative. These values are of my choice. You can take any other values of your choice. Question number 2. Write 4 solutions of the equation pi x plus y equals to 9. For x equals to 0, let us put the value in this equation and we will get the value of y as 9. Here pi is equals to 22 by 7. So we'll get the value as 0 right over here. So y will be equals to 9. Hence, the solution will be 0, 9. For x equals to 7, 22 by 7 into 7 will be 22 plus y is equals to 9. So ultimately we'll get the value of y as minus 13. Therefore, the solution will be 7, minus 13. Please note, I'm taking all the multiples of 7 for this particular values of x. Can be positive or negative, but always the multiples of 7 so that I can deduct it with the denominator for pi. We have 22 by 7, so we can deduct the denominator. For that, I am taking the value of x as minus 7 in this case. So ultimately, after calculating, we will get y is equals to 31. So therefore, the solution will be minus 7, 31. For the last case, let's take x equals to 3.5. Again, it is a multiple of 7. So pi into 3.5 will be 22 by 7 into 3.5. So we'll get it as 22 by 2, that is equal to 11. So 11 plus y is equals to 9. So we are getting the value of y as minus 2. Hence therefore, the solution will be 3.5, minus 2. Third part of the second question is write 4 solutions for the equation x equals to 4y. For x equals to 0, y is equals to 0 by 4, right? So we can write y in terms of x by 4. So we can simply write it like this also, or we can directly put it in the equation, whatever you choose. So that is equals to y is equals to 0. Generally, it is very helpful if we write the equation in terms of y. Y is equals to the whole equation. Okay. So in this case, we are getting the solution as 0, 0. Similarly, let's put x equals to 4. So we'll get y equals to 4 by 4, that is equals to 1. So 4 by 1 is the solution of the equation. So here we are taking all the multiples of 4 so that we can divide it by 4. Next, x equals to minus 4, y is equals to minus 4 by 4, that is equals to minus 1. Therefore, the equation is minus 4, minus 1. And next, for x equals to 8, y is equals to 8 by 4, that is equals to y equals to 2. Therefore, the solution will be 8, 2. Question number 3 says, check which of the following are solutions of the equation x minus 2y equals to 4 and which are not. We are just taking the first two examples or the questions. For the first one, 0, 2. So, for the first given ordered pair, we can see the value of x is 0 and y is 2. So, we'll write putting x equals to 0 and y equals to 2 in the left hand side of the given equation. This is the given equation. On its left hand side, we'll put the values and calculate. If we get the value equal to the right hand side, that is equal to 4, then we can say it is a solution or it satisfies the solution, and if it is not equal to 4, for this case we'll say that it is not a solution. Let's see. So x minus 2y is equals to, which is the left hand side, equals to 0 minus 2 into 2. We're just putting the value of x and y here, and the calculated value is minus 4, which is definitely not equal to 4, which is the right hand side. Therefore, we can say the left hand side is not equals to the right hand side. Therefore, 0, 2 is not a solution of this equation. The second one is 2, 0. So, we'll consider x as 2 and y as 0. Let's put the values in the left hand side of this equation. So, x minus 2y is equals to 2 minus 2 into 0. So, we are getting 2 minus 0, that is equals to 2. Now, 2 is definitely not equal to 4, which is the right hand side of the equation, right? So, therefore, left hand side is not equal to right hand side. Therefore, 2, 0 is not a solution of this equation. Question number 4. Find the value of k if x equals to 2, y is equals to 1 is a solution of the equation 2x plus 3y equals to k. Now, in this question, it is already told that x equals to 2 and y equals to 1 is a solution of this equation. So, it will definitely satisfy this equation. Okay. So, that's why if we put the values here, we can definitely get the value of k. Putting x equals to 2 and y equals to 1 in this equation, we will get 2 into 2 plus 3 into 1 is equal to k. Let's calculate further. We are getting the value of k as 7. Hence, the value of k is 7. Hope the video was useful. Thank you.